Hey, what's happening? So we're out here in my driveway full of Ford trucks, working on the 96 powerstroke diesel, building the frame up on her here. We're doing the clutch, the dual mass flywheel. And everyone has a problem with these things. The springs fall out and get loose, and they get flat spots on them and wear out and they break, and then everyone switches to a solid mass flywheel. But I got a brand new clutch and mine's not that bad. Like, there's still some friction material in there. These springs are tight, but these other three, they look like they're a different length. They were all loose and they jiggled around in there, and I think my pilot bearing or my thrust bearing was making most of my noise, but this was gonna be a problem soon. So here's my fix to having these loose, because you can't buy no rebuild kits or find any parts anywhere. So I got these grade 8 washers that I bored out the center and I ground down the edges and I put them in just like that. Now that spring is nice and tight again, no jiggling. I noticed a little bit of wear on some of these. It's hard to see in there, but there's a little bit of wear only on one side. So the other one, I'm just going to switch all those backwards so that they're all on the opposite sides and they'll wear a little better now. But a little bit of flat spot starting there, but this spring it doesn't jiggle, so hopefully I can make the distance of a clutch or last the time of a clutch before I replace the flywheel and all that. If it explodes on me, I'll let you know. So there we are, all back together. I moved all my springs so because these spots that wear is, I believe, rubbing on the bottom here. So I moved them all to a different spot. These are not super tight, you can still spin them. Just have a little spacer in the 3 shorter ones, since they're the only ones that were loose. Now we'll get the rest of the clutch back on there and see what kind of movement I have or noises I have. Well, here's what we got. Got her back together. Got just a little bit of movement there, but no rattly noises. Got very little to no play this way. That's about as best as I can check it from whatever I've seen. So, gonna throw a clutch on her. Transmission will be going back in this weekend. And yeah, I hope it don't blow up, but you never know. Got a sandblaster coming, and we're gonna blast the bottom of that cab and finish her off too. So hopefully next week we'll have a transmission in here and a cab sitting on it. Cheers.